Ooh, it's about to go down. Isolation Insider, episode 6 with the lovely, the one and only, the do you want to be my girlfriend? B Simone face ass. You putting filters on your face already?
Yeah, which one should I use?
Give me a couple of options.
I got a quarantine face. Is that look cute?
No. Hell no.
When? Let me just too orange.
Yeah, you look like a no. No. Nah.
Oh my god. Let me just choose a normal filter.
Ain't no hearts on it. Ooh, nah. No. Come on, B, what you doing? Yeah, I like the hearts. Yeah. First and foremost, thank you for taking the time out of your day to join me on this new venture, Isolation Insider, episode 6 with the one and only B Simone. First and foremost, how are you?
Good. This is gonna be distracting. I'm sorry. Let me just change the filter. Punch in my face. Let me just be normal, okay? We just gonna be right here.
She gotta get a filter right, y'all.
There we go. Look, I ain't got no lashes on. I'm good. Sitting here working. Still shipping books. We out here.
Wow.
Shipping, working, just getting these books out, man. Working around the clock.
Amazing. Now, of course, you're not quarantining by yourself. So who are the lucky people that gets to quarantine with the lovely B Simone?
Me, my little cousin, my sister, they live with me. They just moved here. My cousin moved from Kentucky, and my little sister just moved from Dallas, Texas. So they stay with me. And then really my team. My team has been around me, and that's really all I've been around. My team and my 2 family members. So working, shipping, just here at the office or home, back and forth.
Now, how was the experience spending your birthday in a quarantine?
I was actually so sad because this was my dirty 30. I turned 30 years old, 2020, 30. And I was like, whoa, like I'm really about to be quarantined in the house. But my friends and family made it so dope. They threw me a surprise party. They all had masks, hand sanitizer, gloves. And my $1 million journey was that we did that for my birthday. So it was really like a really birthday to remember. I'll never forget it.
So do you think that this was a great 30 for you? Do you think that during the times, even without the times, would you ever imagine having something like this?
It was bomb. Like, I don't take it for granted. It was beautiful. Like, my birthday was so dope. And when outside, open back up, we're going to celebrate again. Now,
just to jump off topic a little bit, they opened outside. Well, they're opening outside tomorrow in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
But
my outside ain't open tomorrow.
So that's what I was about to say. So the 14th, clubs are open back up. When is B Simone going back outside?
Months. I'm going to let y'all get the first whip, see what happened to y'all, and then I'm going to hop back out after that.
So months after that, you ain't touching outside at all?
They better be in the clubs with masks on, hand sanitizer at the door, and gloves.
Facts.
The bottle girls better have gloves on the bottom.
Now, let's take it back.
I think it's too early, DC.
I highly agree. I think it's too early. I personally feel that they haven't even found the vaccine yet. They say that the first 2 weeks in May is supposed to be the biggest that it's supposed to be, and I'm not understanding why they're letting people out. Now, I was skeptical at first because they open like your barber shops, your nail salons, and all of that. But tomorrow, like Phipps Plaza open, like Caucasian malls open, or yeah. So it's just weird, and I don't get it at all. Now,
you're a club host. Are you gonna be in the club hosting?
I am not going outside for maybe the first couple of weeks. I'm gonna let everything digest. Like even with the radio show, like they got us doing our show from the house. So I'm gonna let everything digest, and then I'll see how it translates, and then go from there. Now let's talk younger B Simone. Let's take it back to early childhood. How was B Simone like in school?
I was like the class clown. I got good grades. Not teacher's pet, but like, a bitch was the line leader. Like, I was very much like lit. I didn't have like a clique. I got along with everybody. I hung out with the guys, the white people, the black people, the hood people. I was like all over school.
Now, as a child or in your teen years, and we're going to touch a lot of topics today, but in your teen years, what was B Simone's biggest insecurity growing up, and how did you overcome it?
Damn. You know what?
Talk to me.
I was so insecure about being hairy. Like, I had thick eyebrows, my arms are hairy, and people used to make fun of me.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm just like, that bitch is hairy and I got good edges, so, you know. Like, I got hair on my back. I just am hairy. I got a mustache, I wax it. You know, regular girl shit. Like, girls have mustache. But back when I was in school, I think that was probably one thing that, like, bothered me. Like, oh, damn, you hairy, little monkey. And I'm like, okay. Like, I did not choose to have a mustache.
Now, how did growing up impact, like growing up in the atmosphere that you grew up in, and we're going to touch like where you're from and everything of that, but growing up in the atmosphere that you grew up in, how did that impact your success today?
I think I had a supportive, like, family. My dad always supported everything I wanted to do. My granny supported me, pushed me. My family, like, let me be me, let me make my own decisions. I think that's important to do as kids. Like, even decisions like my dad let me quit piano and dance, which I regret. I'm like, why did you force me to do that? But he let me make decisions as a kid. Like, when I say I didn't want to do something, he was like, okay, and I didn't have to do it. Or I want to try this. I was like in karate, I was in dance, I played basketball, I did a lot of stuff. So I think letting me be myself, letting the kid be their self and be creative is like very important.
Now, jumping a little bit forward, you were in several states before you moved to Atlanta, Ohio, Texas. How was it living there? Like, let's take it one by one, starting with Ohio. Like, how was the Ohio life during the pre-B Simone stages?
Yeah, so Ohio was cool. I went to a mostly like 90% Caucasian school, so I was around all white people, and I had my white friends, and, you know, very much like, it was a mixed school, but it was mostly white.
Mm-hmm.
I moved back to Dallas my senior year, and I went to, oh my God, I went from like Kylie and Becky and Brittany and Ashley, me and my friends, and my first day in school in Dallas, back in the hood with my granny, I was walking through metal detectors the first day in school. Like, it was very intimidating. Like, you know, so I didn't know nobody, and it was just very different. But, you know, I'm very outgoing, my personality, I made friends very easily, but I went from a totally, like, Caucasian school to the middle of Pleasant Grove, like, graduating from Skyline, so it was very, very different, like, a very different transition. But it was lit. Like, I liked the hood. It was fun.
Now, going from Ohio to Dallas and then to Atlanta, how different was Atlanta from the previous two?
Atlanta is definitely Black Hollywood. Like, I felt like I definitely moved to Black Hollywood. It was more connections, more opportunities, more music, more entertainment, more people out here like doing the same thing as me, trying to do the same thing as me. I moved originally to Atlanta to do music, and then I fell into the comedy world via social media, but more opportunity. Like, Dallas is not really many people in Dallas like making it out of Dallas as artists, or as, you know, slowly now. I mean, the last major artist we had was Dero, you know, doing the ice cream paint job, walk that walk. Now we got Yella Beezy,
yeah,
Trap Boy Freddy, you know, different people coming up now, but no major like artists really came out of Dallas.
Now let's talk a little bit B Simone, the artist, as far as music, because I do know that aspect of you, and starting off, that is actually what you wanted to do, correct?
Yeah.
Now, do you think that by you becoming so huge and so big as a comedian, people won't take you as serious as an artist?
I don't think so, because I can actually rap and I'm dope as an artist. I believe that wholeheartedly when I put my mind to it. I think I'm very good as a rapper and an artist in general, but that's why I call myself like trying to be the female Jamie Foxx, because he did it so effortlessly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when he did Ray, the movie Ray, dope movies like that, you weren't laughing. It wasn't a joke. He killed it. When he's a comic, he kills it. When he's a musician, he kills it. He knows how to separate all three of those genres and all three of those. And I think that's something I do very well. Like, my music is not a joke. My comedy, that's when you can laugh and hee ha ha. But when I do my music, it's not like spoof music. It's like very good quality music.
Now, touch a little bit on the obstacles of being a female comedian for all the young girls out there that want to become a B Simone or want to follow in the path of you and footsteps of you. Just let's talk a little bit about the obstacles that you have faced from the beginning, even the obstacles you still face till today.
Yeah, I mean, coming from social media, people automatically are like, can she do comedy? Is she really funny in real life? The internet's so different than stand-up. I do stand-up. I'm a stand-up comic. So stand-up is difficult. It's the hardest thing I've ever done, ever, in entertainment. I was in girl groups. I've auditioned for different things. I've auditioned for TV shows. I've done rap stuff. I've done Wild 'N Out. Stand-up alone has been one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, but I've overcome it. I've done it over and over, so I know I can do it. And I just feel like I don't think a lot of people were like expecting me to be horrible, but I definitely proved to people like I can hold my weight on the stage. You know, it's not easy at all, and I'm trying to get better and better, study my craft, and just continue to excel in that because stand-up it's hard.
Now, what were your steps in let's walk us through that first stand-up time that you ever had to perform as a stand-up. Like, what were the steps that you went through? The stuff that the people don't see. Like, I personally know that you're pretty nervous a lot when it's stuff where you used to be nervous, well, still are. And I noticed the praying that you do and everything of that nature. But the stuff that the people don't see, let's just talk a little bit about that. What happened on that first time you had to do stand-up?
My first time, I knew so the guy that booked me, he's a booking agent. He was like, I got a college show for you. They want you to come. Like, it was my first, like, booking. I was still doing hair, like, trying to do sew-ins for $200 a sew-in, like, not making much money. So when he told me, he was like, you gonna get $2,000. It was like $1,500. He's like, all you gotta do is do 15 minutes. 15 minutes, that's it. I was like, $1,500 for 15 minutes? Like, I gotta figure this shit out. Like, that's a lot of fucking money for 15 minutes.
Facts.
You know, so I was like, I'm gonna do this comedy shit. I wrote that. I took it so serious. I called Just Hilarious. I called Watch Jazzy. I called Pretty B because they had all been on stage before. I had never done stand-up. So I called them and they gave me advice and I wrote down like 3 of my most viral videos and I turned them into stories, you know, and I just went to that college. I don't even remember what college it was. It's on my blog. But I killed it. I murdered it. And that was the first time I felt that adrenaline and that drug of like making people laugh instantly in your face. I was like, oh, I love this shit. Like, I'm good. I can do this, you know, so I killed it. But it was very scary. Oh, I was like sick before. I couldn't believe I did it. I was like, I cannot believe I'm about to walk out here and do stand-up comedy.
Okay, now let's touch back a little bit on the music aspect. B Simone as an artist, this has nothing to do, or better yet, this has nothing to do with you being an artist. This has nothing to do with you being a comedian. Your personal life. Who are your top 5 musical artists that you look up to that are your favorite?
Top 5.
Or better yet, let's rephrase it. Your top 5 musical inspirations of all time.
Yeah. To me, Drake, his music evokes so much emotion. He's been one of my favorite rappers for a very long time. Drake's storytelling, wordplay, how he describes. When you listen to his music, you visually see what he's talking about. Mm-hmm. Drake is a genius. He's phenomenal. Shut up.
You know he dropping at midnight, right?
What?
Yeah, he's dropping he's dropping. I forgot the name of it. It's like I want to say like 8 to 10 songs. It's a song with Chris Brown on there, Playboy Cardi. He got one with Future and Thug. Yeah, he's dropping at midnight. It's 6 studio albums. That's what he's calling it.
He's one of my favorite rappers of all time. I just love Drake. I think he's a lyrical genius. I just love him. His storytelling, his cadences, his wordplay, his voice, his singing and rapping, everything. Beyonce, of course, my top performer ever. She's just phenomenal. She's not to be fucked with. Aaliyah, back in the day, that's all we used to listen to. Like, watching her as a teenager, just like her music. So those are probably my top 3. And I'm sure there's a few more out there, but Drake, Aaliyah, Beyonce, those are just Legends, legends, legends.
Now, often people in the industry get put in boxes. When they can do comedy, they just usually are labeled as a comedian. When they're artists, they usually don't venture into other ventures. How hard has it been for you to transition into other ventures, and why is it so important to not just be a comedian, to do everything that you're doing?
I think COVID even showed us that. I mean, I was on tour with Martin Lawrence. I did a few shows with him, and that shit was shut down. You hear me? I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars thinking I was about to go on tour, and they canceled that shit. So it's like I had other entrepreneurial things going on, from my book to creative stuff with the Manitizer to selling our lip gloss, to having a brand, having a business. I think it's so important to have your hand in so many things, so you're not just depending on one source of income, one thing for success. I'm just so multi-faced. I just have a lot of stuff going on, so I'm blessed to be able to put my hand on, oh, I wrote a book, oh, I sell these products, oh, I do this. Just entrepreneur all around, doing everything.
Now, what do you have to say to the people that says, oh, you're all over the place, or you're doing too much, you need to focus on this, or you need to focus on that? What is your take on that?
I think at the beginning that is very true. I was doing hair, I was promoting hair, I was selling body wraps, I was doing anything to make income. You know what I'm saying? At the beginning, but I was like, damn, are you a hairstylist or a rapper? Are you a rapper or a comic? People won't take you serious when you're all over the place in the beginning. Choose one thing, and once that flourishes and you build a brand, your name means something. Now, B Simone is a brand. It's not just, oh, she's a comic, oh, she does this. It's a brand. So whatever comes under that umbrella, whether it's selling the Manitizer, whether it's selling my book, whatever it is, it's a brand. So you can do other things under that. Build a brand with one thing first, and then venture out.
Perfect. Now let's talk the baby, the video. I know how, me knowing you outside of just being the comedian, but me knowing B Simone, how was that experience for you?
It was amazing. It was crazy how I manifested that shit. It was crazy. He was my Halloween costume in October. He came to Atlanta. He was at the club. I sent him bottles. What's up? And we ran into each other a few times prior to that, but I think it all led up to an amazing release for his song. He's very professional. Our relationship is very professional. And he's an amazing artist. He's one of my favorite artists out right now. I think he's phenomenal. I think his marketing is great. I think his image is, great. His videos and stuff. And I was so honored to do that. It was a dope visual. It was different. And I think I killed it, and it showed me in a different light. We got to act, we got to, everything that led up to it was just dope. The marketing and everything.
So will we see more of B Simone acting?
Of course. That's definitely one of my short-term and long-term goals, to be in big movies. I've done a lot of independent films, a lot of short films, a lot of small films, from TV One to BET, which is a great platform. I don't take that for granted at all, but definitely want to go to the big screen, with top actors. I'm talking Will Smith, Jamie Foxx, Jada Pinkett, Taraji P. Henson, Grab Hero Union. I want to do stuff with all of the above. So yeah.
Now, big screen, not movies, but TV.
Yeah.
Growing up, Def Jam of comedy was the it thing. In order to be a comedian, you had to go bless that stage. 2020 now, Wildin' Out is being compared to that aspect. And it's in order to be a poppin' comedian, you have to be on Wildin' Out. So they're Wildin' Out and Def Jam, and I'm not saying that they're hand in hand, but Def Jam was in his time, was in his prime, but Wildin' Out is now, and it's in order to be that next comedian, you have to be on Wildin' Out. Tell us about that story, and how did that start? How did that come about?
I actually went to a Wildin' Out girl audition, and I stood in line. I waited. Got to the front. I was like, I'm not a Wildin' Out girl. I'm not a model. I'm a comedian. I want to be a comedian. They were like, okay, well, tell a joke. And I don't remember what I said, but I made them laugh, and they pulled me to the side. And after that, finally, I got a chance to audition, and I went to the workshops, and I made it. And then the next season, they didn't call me back. Nick was like, nah, like, I remember one of the producers telling me she had to fight for me. Nick was like, nah, B Simone don't got it. Like, she don't got it. I don't know what it is. She don't got it. One of the producers actually fought for me. Nick didn't see it at first. She fought for me, got me back on there. He gave me another chance, and he pulled me to the side after that season. He was like, damn, like, you know, you really showed yourself. You were a gem. I missed it. You know, I make mistakes too, type shit. Like, I'm human. I was gonna miss it, you know. And he really put me on. He put all of us on, us young comedians, and gave us a chance to be on that platform. And he was like, be yourself. Do your you're my boyfriend shit. Do your baby girl shit. Whatever. I don't care what you do. As long as the crowd laughs, you get a laugh. Do whatever, you know. Be yourself. So Nick Cannon is amazing, you know, boss. He's an amazing mentor, and he's really great.
Now, knowing that comedy can get very personal, and it does get personal, especially on Wildin' Out, how have you came to still stay focused and not let the personal stuff get to you? Like them saying a joke of something that hits you hard. Like, how do you handle that?
That just gotta come with loving yourself. Cause DC would tear your ass up. Talk about my mustache, talk about my weave, talk about my gut. He talk about my titty sagging. You know, you just gotta love yourself and be like, whatever. You gotta roast yourself before anybody roasts you.
Now with roasting people and roasting yourself, if one day Nick should do a head-to-head battle, each person picks who they wants to battle. Who can you go head-to-head with, joke for joke with, toe-to-toe with?
Head to not DC. He would eat my ass up.
So who ass would you eat up?
I don't know. Like roasting. I still hate it to this day. I hate the game goddamn on there. I be like, fuck. Cause I'm the type of comic I am. On my comedy, on my stand-up, I talk about myself in my comedy. I don't go at other people.
Go at other people.
I don't want them coming at me. Leave me alone. You know. I don't like bullying, even though Wildin' Out isn't bullying. It's all fun and games, but maybe me and Bina could go back and forth. That's my girl, and you know, we just talk our shit, and you know, it's all fun and games.
Now, how has the show grown you professionally?
Wildin' Out, I did Wildin' Out before I did stand-up. So Wildin' Out pushed me into stand-up and gave me the confidence to get on that stage. First, you on stage on Wildin' Out with all those people, and eventually you got to go up and do your thing on your own, but it made me confident in stand-up. I was like, okay, if I do Wildin' Out, I could do stand-up, you know.
Now, during your Incline launch of B Simone, congratulations on all of that. B Simone Beauty has been incredible. What motivated that move? What made you want to take that route?
Well, I'm a licensed cosmetologist, so I always wanted to have a cosmetic line. I was modeling other people's lip gloss. So I was like, you know what? I'm making them all this money with my lips. Let me just start my own Instagram, own cosmetic line. I started the Instagram, and I found the products. I found a factory manufacturer overseas and made the formula, and we've been in business 7 months, and it's just going great.
Now, I know everybody has their favorite product from your line, but what is your personal favorite? And don't say all of them. Like, what is your go-to?
My go-to Diamond, which is sold out. It sells out instantly. It's a clear lip gloss. Diamond is my birthstone. It's clear. It's the go-to. Wear every day. Put on and go. It's like your car match or your bliss test, but it's Diamond. And if I knew that people just wanted clear lip gloss, I would have just had a clear lip gloss line. They love the clear, and it's really just a go-to. You put it on, you go. It's the best clear gloss. The consistency. You know, I don't know. You don't know nothing about makeup. All the girls on here know is the consistency matters. It don't need that white line. It's just the best clear gloss.
Now let's talk a little bit about the TV show on Zeus, the dating show. Yes. How was that experience? Because I haven't interviewed you since then, so I have to ask.
Yeah, that was actually lit. It was fun. It was a lot.
Now, was the show real?
Both.
Okay.
So it was a lot of entertainment, of course. I mean, I'm here to entertain you guys. I'm a comedian. Me and Bina's energy together is great. But we did choose some men to be on the show that were possible candidates. that could have probably worked out, but it didn't work out with none of them. Okay, we all friends. We all.
So, are you still in contact with anybody from the show? Any of the guys?
No, none of them. I talked to a few of them after, but that was almost a year ago. I haven't talked to any for months.
So even with the show being both real and you portraying who you are, was there any real connection to anybody?
Like romantically, no.
Mm-hmm.
Friendships, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is B Simone single right now?
Yes, I'm single. I'm abstinent. I'm waiting for my husband. So, babe, when you're out there, stop hiding.
Now I wanna touch on that a lot because I know a lot of people know you for joking, wanna be my boyfriend, blah 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 blah. How do you think that affects the outcome on what energy that you're receiving for relationships?
I think for sure. I think however you portray yourself, whether it's a character or somebody real, whatever is on the internet or however you portray yourself on social media, that's how people see you. However that is, you know, however people portray me is what I put out on social media. So I think for sure. I think some guys are intimidated. I think some guys don't want to deal with me. I think some guys, you know, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what guys think about me. But I know they ain't in my DM. I know that.
Now
Ain't
with
nobody trying to wipe me out. What's up?
now with your success, do you feel that guys come to you for clout or for you? And
I feel like neither. I feel like guys are very intimidated by strong women, and a lot of men in our generation don't want a woman that is equally or more successful than them, so they shun from that. Like, you know. But I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. It just depends. I haven't met my husband yet, so when I meet him, he gonna be a strong man at the end.
now you said that you're practicing being celibate. What made you take this journey? What impacted you to take this journey?
In 2019, I went into that year saying, like, you know what? I've been single 7 years. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to date. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to have fun. I'm young. I'm 29. I'm grown. I'm going to have fun. This is my party year, whatever. And at the end of that year, or towards the end, I realized I was still single, and it's not what I want in my life. I want a husband. I want a family. I want love. I want a real relationship. So how am I getting mad at men for being bachelors when I'm acting like a bachelor? How am I getting mad at him for having a lot of girls when I have a lot of dudes? So I felt like whatever I put out is what I'm going to get. So if I want a husband, sit down, be obedient to God, and prepare to be a wife. So
Now,
put yourself together and sit still.
what are your five must-haves? Like just in general, it can be a physical attribute. It can be something. It can be anything.
Okay.
Like for someone to even be considered, considered even a candidate to even date B Simone. What are like 5 things that is a must?
Beautiful teeth. That is like a turn on. Beautiful teeth. If you're talking about something physical. You know what I realized about myself? I used to be like, it don't matter what he has. You know, he could be anybody. I'm on the street. I don't care as long as there's love. No. I realized I want a boss. I want a man that walks into a room and demands the room. I want a man that leads. I don't need to be walking in front of you like, come on, nigga, damn. I need a man that is a man, like masculine, a leader, and a boss. Whatever way that is, I need you to be a leader. I want to date an entrepreneur. I want to date somebody that does not work a 9 to 5. Because
Now-
I feel like entrepreneurs understand entrepreneurs. When you work a 9 to 5, you get off at 5 and you get it. You're not gonna understand me up at 3 a.m. or me still at the office at 11 o'clock shipping packages because you off and you think I should be home with you.
Now, is there a certain requirement to what a guy needs to at least attempt to make?
No, because I'm an entrepreneur. My money gonna be up and down, baby.
Okay.
One day we gonna have $1 million month, and the next month it might be $100,000 month. It's up and down. It's up and down. So I just need him to be a leader and a boss in his own right. Whatever. But you know what? I don't want to make more money than my man.
Okay.
I want my man to feel like a man. I want him to feel like like the head of the household financially. If I'm making more money than you, what can I do, babe, to invest in so you can have more money to me? Because I need you. Let's start you another business. Let's do something. I want my man to lead in every way. And even though men feel like, oh, I can handle a girl that makes more money than me, I don't even want to get to that point. I just need my man. I want you to make more money than me so you can lead financially and every other way.
So how does B Simone determine who's here for her and who's not?
I think you just have to have the power of discernment. You have to feel it. You have to take it slow, try to learn people, and sometimes you don't. People put on their best facade, their best mask, and you might get hurt in the end. But I'm willing to risk it all for love.
Now, before your fame, your relationship life, was it easier or was it harder than what it is now?
I think easier. I think easier. It's harder to date. When you're in the limelight, it's definitely a little harder to date.
Now, who are your couple goals? Everybody has couple goals, and I personally don't believe in them because every relationship is different. Nobody's relationship the same. But
Sure.
if you had to choose, who would be your couple goals?
Couple goals. Everybody gonna say B and J. B and J. But you know what? Just give me a little, not necessarily couple goals, but I love how Cardi B is her crazy self. And she has a husband. I love that. She didn't change nothing about her. Offset love her. Whatever problems they go through. I don't know their personal life, but I do know, okay, she makes me feel like I don't have to change my crazy self to find a man. I could be myself.
Now, you being the manifest queen, how are you manifesting the relationship you want? Of course, you said that you've changed your habits from 2019 to 2020 by not trying to be the bachelor or the little player. But what other steps are you taking outside of that to manifest the relationship that you want?
Yeah, I think everybody has a list of requirements they want from a partner, but it's do you meet all those requirements that you require? So I'm really manifesting it by focusing on myself and mastering myself. Trying to progress myself. And then when the time is right, I feel like my man will know.
Now, if you could be with anybody in the world, anybody, and Drake is not an answer, okay? But if you can be with anybody in the world,
I wasn't gonna say Drake.
currently, right now,
Anybody?
who would it be and why? Who would it be and why?
I have a list of men in my head.
Okay, so give me three. You ain't even gotta say why. Just give me three. Oh, and none of them single. That's okay. We ain't even gonna touch that because I don't want no issues from there. Yeah, no, respect it. Now let's talk a little bit about the book. Congratulations, yet again. What motivated you to do the book?
Everybody just Candace. Shut up, Candace. Everybody was just telling me or asking me about manifestation. How did you manifest? How do you do it? What does manifestation mean? I'm like, I really believe I'm the manifestation queen, and I believe that I really got what I have by changing my mind to change my life. I manifested everything I had, from Drake being my favorite rapper, to him following me, to me meeting him, to working with the baby, to Jamie Foxx, to Will Smith, to everything I have, I manifested. So I just put all my information, everything I did, in a book.
Now, with that book, what was the process of writing that book? Did you have people ghostwrite and help you with that, or was that all B Simone?
No, I wrote everything, and then of course I had an editor and a professional read over it and make the wording more clear and more readable and less ebonics. Not ebonics, but what's it? BRB, LOL, TTYL, less abbreviations and very, more leveled up.
Now, did you partner with the major publishing company, or you did everything you self-published?
Yeah.
Now, what made you take that route for all the people out there who's wanting to write a book or wanting to do something of that nature?
I definitely wanted to put it out before my 30th birthday. Timing and not putting it on Amazon and not putting it as an ebook because I physically wanted people to get a copy so they could physically write in it and manifest it and use it as their vision board, as their manifestation journal. Physically walk around with it and keep it on them. Like, that's a real important aspect to me, is physically writing it down.
Now, your book talks a lot about manifestation and energy. What is the correlation to you between manifestation and mental health?
I mean, if your mental's not right, you're not right. It all starts with the mind. Your thoughts control your actions and control the rest of your life. When you change your mind and train your mind to be positive, your whole life will change. Literally, instantly, right before your eyes. Instead of looking at the glass half empty, you have to look at it half full.
Now, what has been your biggest obstacle that you have had to overcome in each endeavor that you've already accomplished? Like you being a comedian, you being you publishing a book,
Yeah.
you with your makeup line, or everything in all. What has been the biggest obstacle out of all of them?
I would say just taking losses and bouncing back from that financially, relationships, just not letting the losses and the negative things or the setbacks determine your success. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep going. I lost a lot of money trying to start that cosmetic line. I lost a lot of money starting, put this book out. You lose money, you lose time, you lose friends, you lose relationships, but you keep it going. That's it.
Now, how do you handle the hate and jealousy that comes your way for all the teenagers out there who are going through stuff of this nature in high school and middle school? Like, what is your advice to them with handling hate and jealousy that comes their way 24/7?
I don't handle that. I really don't see that. That 2%, when you pay attention to something and water it, that makes it real and that makes it grow. When you ignore something, it doesn't exist. So I just don't deal with that. I focus on the 98% of people that love me, the 98% of people that I make happy, the 98% of people whose lives I'm changing. The other 2% is just a non-factor. I focus on the positive, and that's what continues to grow and flourish.
Now, with everything that you have going on, in B Simone's free time, what the hell does she do?
Work.
So you have no life outside of work?
I rest, I work out, and I get massages.
So Skittles ain't taking you to go have no fun, to go skydiving, or you have...
Me at the office, I be having fun. When I'm not here, I'll be going crazy, calling them, what's the orders, the emails, I'm always on a back. I'm so hands-on. I love being here.
Now, with every phone number you have in your phone,
Excuse me.
every single phone number you have in your phone to this day, what is one that you thought you would never have?
Probably the baby. Yeah, the baby. Who else number I got? That's it. He was like, call me. We about to do this video. I was like, what? Like, we about to work together? That was a big blessing. This year. Bringing me to start my 2020.
Now, outside of the book, what has been B Simone's biggest accomplishment thus far in her head?
I don't know. I feel like I've accomplished a lot. My biggest accomplishment. Honestly, I'm gonna just say going on a tour, arena tour, doing stand-up. I'm telling y'all, stand-up is so difficult for me. It's something I battle with often. It's not easy. So I feel so accomplished when I get off that stage every show.
Now, what's next for B Simone?
Movies, acting, more cosmetics. I'm gonna be getting into fitness. I'm on my weight loss journey, trying to get in shape. I want my body to look like, when people see me, I want them to be like, damn, she work out. So I'm really on my fitness shit.
No finding your husband?
Oh, that's gonna come. I'm not worried about that. I know he's coming.
Now, when it's all said and done, and this is going to be the last question before we get up out of here, but when it's all said and done, what does B Simone want her legacy to be?
I just want every person I come in contact with to love me, know they're loved, know they're enough, be yourself, love yourself, and know that it is a bigger purpose than us. We all are just passing through. I'm 30 years old, so 369, I'm 1/3 of the way out of here. I will be gone off this earth, and the world is going to continue without B Simone. I want people to know that it's a bigger picture. So be yourself, spread love, be happy, and, you know, be a good fucking person.
And last one before I get up out of here. For all the people who don't understand patience and understand that manifesting things and getting to a point in your life where you want to be takes time. How long did it take B Simone to get at least to a point to where she was comfortable with everything that she was doing?
Oh, years. You're talking about over 10, 15 years of chasing a dream. You know, I was in my first girl group when I was 12 in Columbus, Ohio. Then, you know, my real girl group, I thought it was real. You know, I thought I was doing something. I was on the radio like one time, you know. But I was 18, so that was over 10 years ago, you know. So it takes time, dedication, persistence. And, you know, your time is coming. Just keep pushing, keep working.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I am proud of you. Keep going, keep going, keep going. I am always a phone call or a text away. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right.
Bye.
That was episode 6 featuring the one and only B Simone, Isolation Insider with me, Fly Guy DC. Until we back outside again. Dude!